Prime Minister Manmohan Singh asserts there is no place for narrow and sectarian ideologies in a progressive and secular country like India. In his Independence Day speech, he announces a grant of 10,000 rupees to the beneficiaries of the National Skill Development Scheme.
Prime Minister says relations with Pakistan cannot improve unless it does not prevent its territory and solve for anti-India activities. Expresses confidence that the phase of slow economic growth would not last long. Independence Day celebrated across the states, union territories and Indian missions abroad.
Efforts are on to trace 18 personnel trapped inside the Sindhu Rakshak. Poor visibility, restricted spaces and the melted hull are hampering the efforts by the Navy divers to contact or sight missing personnel.
The Jammu-Srinagar National Highway remains closed as landslides triggered by heavy rains affect the arterial road in parts of Ramban and Udhampur districts.
A month after attaining criticality, the KUDANKULAM nuclear power plant is all set to increase its power generation to 50%, with the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board granting the necessary clearances.
Supreme Court to hear a PIL seeking the stay of the suspension and consequent issuance of charge sheet on IAS officer Durga Shakti Nagpal.
Normalcy prevails in Darjeeling with a 4-day relaxation in the indefinite ban till August 18th and protests over the last 10 days.
Defence Secretary Radhakrishna Mathur to visit Moscow next month. Acquisition of Admiral Gorshkov aircraft carrier and issues over pricing of the underdevelopment 5th generation fighter aircraft project are expected to be discussed.
The World Bank to give India a $100 million loan to help low-income families secure housing loans.
Foreigners visiting India may now approach the Home Ministry directly if their applications for extension of visas are not resolved within 30 days' time.
Pakistan violates the ceasefire again. 3 army jawans and a civilian injured and firing on forward posts along the LOC in the Barakot area of Punch district.
UN Security Council to debate Egyptian bloodshed. US cancels joint military exercises with Egypt. The death toll in army crackdown has now risen to over 600.
At least 22 people are killed and 250 hurt in large explosion in the southern suburb of Lebanese capital Beirut, Hezbollah stronghold.
A car bomb hit Iraqi capital Baghdad, killing 33 people and wounding dozen others. More than 3,000 people have been killed in the violence during the past few months.
The United Nations says its weapons inspectors are to depart for Syria shortly to investigate allegations of chemical weapons used during the conflict.
NASA's Juno spacecraft reaches halfway to Jupiter, touching a milestone in its 5-year voyage to our solar system's largest planet.
Wimbledon champion Marion Bartoli shocks tennis world by announcing retirement at 28. The announcement comes just 2 weeks before Bartoli was scheduled to compete in the US Open in New York.
Backed by her bronze medal winning performance at the World Championships last week, PV Sindhu now enters top 10 in world rankings.
Tainted persons will no longer be eligible to contest the Indian Olympic Association selections. International Olympic Committee lays down the procedures for the election process of the IOA.
Disgraced Pakistan pacer Mohammad Asif confesses to his role in the 2010 spot fixing scandal during the Lord's Test spot fixing and apologizes to his countrymen.